me she was so mopey, and then I said, "Are you ready?" Yes.
Personality on. Hey, I'm Amy B.
I'm Amy B as well. This is AB
We
squared.
talk about the A's and B's of Kpop.
I know, we've been having a hiatus
We were on a little break because stuff. But we're back. We have stuff to talk about.
We do.
Okay.
What's our topic today?
Can I start with a gift?
Oh, well, of course.
Okay. Gift. One for
Look,
you.
we have matching
look,
necklaces.
Amy.
Only because she bought them.
Right.
Cute. Amy.
Amy. Okay, now hold on.
Okay.
The next
thing. Oh my
thing.
god, there's more jewelry.
Oh my gosh. Check it out. Do you know what that says?
Me B.
This one says Amy B.
Oh.
Amy B. And I went back and checked. That looks like it could be a different vowel, but I asked for the E.
It doesn't look like
So
it.
anyway,
It's just because they
just had to
connected
connect
it.
But
Yeah,
it
they
says
had.
Amy
Oh,
B.
that's why it looks like an O.
Yeah.
O.
Yeah.
Amy
Yeah.
Bo.
The other vowel.
Amy
But these are
B.
Amy B bracelets. Oh my gosh. I'm keeping the Korean letter factories in.
Good grief. How sweet.
Amy B. My family saw these and
I don't know.
What does that say? And I was like, it says
Learn Hangul.
Amy B. And yeah, exactly.
Here, I was like, I don't
And
think that'll fit.
the kids
but
had
it
to
does.
tell the husband what Amy B is. Oh my gosh.
Because he didn't know
He
your
was
name. Oh, I didn't take the plastic off.
There we go. Nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's our podcast. Jordan, we're like, you don't have to wear this all the time. I'm just,
Well, I gotta get this off.
I don't mean to like require the wearing of.
Well, I typically, I work in the field a lot, and it's field time, so
Yeah.
I went and said, oh, let me get my necklace,
Yeah,
because
wear that for special occasions.
I'm not wearing that in the field. I'll lose it, and then I'll never find it again, because I work in the middle of nowhere.
That's true. Long drives. Okay, well, but now tell us what our first,
No, you named it.
So it's called Corporate Intrigue is this episode, because there's some stuff going on. Did you research it?
I did.
Okay. Do you want to explain what's happening in the corporate world of Kpop?
Well, the current scandal is HYBE and ADOR. Is that how you say it?
I think so.
ADOR is a sub-label of HYBE.
Right.
I hate all of them. I hate JYP, SM, YG, and HYBE.
Oh.
I said I wasn't happy about HYBE when they disbanded New East, remember?
Yeah, okay. So HYBE is like the holding company, and then there are a bunch of companies under.
No, they're not the holding company. They're the managing company. They're like the overwhelming, like the big daddy.
Don't they like own Big Hit or something?
I don't know.
BTS is in Big Hit.
Correct. So that's a sub-label of HYBE.
Okay. And then there's a HYBE USA that has Scooter Braun as the US CEO.
We'll talk about that too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too. So BTS is under Big Hit, which is like wholly owned, like they don't have to do what HYBE, the owners of HYBE say, kind of thing. So ADOR was another company.
I don't know about their ownership distribution, but they probably had a little bit more leverage for sure. So ADOR is a sub. So HYBE bought Pledis,
right,
which has 17 and New East, and then they disbanded New East. And I already said I don't like it because I like New East.
Yeah.
And so now they have ADOR. I don't keep track of all their sub labels.
Me either.
But so they own 80% of ADOR.
Okay.
And ADOR is the one who created New Jeans.
Right.
I'm not a fan, but they're so young.
Yeah. We've talked about New Jeans before.
Yeah.
As like BTS's little sisters. They're still in HYBE. I did. They're in HYBE. They're so young. Like one of them is 15.
Yeah. She was 14 when they debuted. Yeah. They're super young. So I guess HYBE or another sub company started one called Illicit. That is copying New Jeans. I don't know. I haven't listened to it. But so the CEO of ADOR basically, said you can't do this. This is you're copying my group, blah blah blah. And now they're in a big war.
They're in a big war. So she came from another company and she was talking to
from SM, who I also hate.
Okay, so then her big group was New Jeans, and like the HYBE requested an audit of ADOR because
they didn't
what are
request
they up to?
it. They basically stormed her office and
Right.
pulled,
Took her laptop, recorded, all this kind of stuff. So they did an audit, and they found out that this manager, I think she's MJH. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
So they did an audit and found that she was bad mouthing other groups. She was saying bad stuff about BTS. It was like a really big scandal on BTS Twitter, on Army Twitter, because they're like,
I don't know. Do you believe them?
Those? Yes.
I don't.
So, did you see her presser though?
Well, I didn't see
yesterday?
it, but I
Oh
read
my
that
gosh.
she had a 2 hour.
She had a 2-hour presser. She was unhinged. It was wild to watch. And I don't watch a lot of corporate press conferences for Korea, but this one seemed so unusual from an American business press conference that I've seen. She was crying, she was yelling, she was showing text messages and stuff like that. She said that one of the things she said is that she started talking about her own artists like really negatively. Like, I came from this other company and I brought this one artist and she was so cute. Like, she was so cute back in the day. She's not as cute now, but back in the day she was so cute. She was doing that about her own artist, saying these kind of mean things about
they don't
them.
Treat they don't really look at their artists as actual humans. None of them, including HYBE.
It seemed mean. And she said one of the things was that she consulted a shaman and said, please send BTS off to the military because I think that my company will be more successful if BTS is out of the picture. So, and stuff like, I built this company from the bottom up, and at the same time there was a little bit of a news article that came out and said that that ADOR had built the company up. This is the company that BTS started, but 17 made it taller. They're like, what the heck? 17 didn't contribute. They've only been part of HYBE for the past year or something like that, you know? Like, BTS made the money that built this HYBE building and that kind of stuff. So
that is true, but that doesn't mean other artists don't contribute to that.
Well, but they weren't part of the HYBE company.
I don't like this whole attitude of like, and I read a bunch of comments that were like, they should just be grateful that they're riding BTS's coattails. Stop it. Stop doing that.
Well, so
they all work so hard and they all have to go through so much shit that the companies put them through.
They do, but in this case, the HYBE company didn't. HYBE existed before 17 was part of it, right? Same with HYBE existed before New Jeans was part of it.
I've said once, 17 has a really interesting story, and you said, I don't care.
I don't care. That's true.
She doesn't. So, no, I don't like this whole thing of like...
Did I say I don't care?
Yeah, you did. Oh. They say, I don't think, I don't like this whole like, oh, we have to like bow at the feet of anybody. These artists work really hard in their own right. They do their best. Why BTS succeeded to the length they did is somewhat luck, because there's a ton of talent out there. Yeah. And why any of them succeed and have longevity is because of luck, and they work hard. And to then say like, oh, they're just riding BTS's coattails isn't fair to the artists. I don't think any manager actually gives a shit about their artists other than what money they make and how they can manipulate them.
I understand that, but I think it wasn't unsolicited that that armies were saying, it didn't like come out of nowhere that armies were saying, you should be respectful to what BTS has done. Because
were like,
the company was initially saying, like, this is a foundation that BTS built and we put the building on it.
The comments I read were that they need to be grateful.
Well, I don't know. I'm saying that was a response. That was a response to.
We're gonna disagree.
Hey, look what we did. I don't think you can discount. I don't think you should or could discount what BTS, and I'm not just saying these 7 guys, but the whole organization and their marketing and their choreographers and their stylists and all of that kind of stuff and their management. I don't think you can discount and say that they didn't do anything for K-pop spreading around the world.
Of course they did. And they, because of luck, and they work hard.
Right.
So do all the other. So nobody needs to be grateful to anybody. Nobody needs to bow down to anybody. And I hate HYBE because Scooter Braun.
Okay, so Scooter Braun.
Yeah.
This has also been
and New East.
This has been a big controversy lately, where there's a boycott of the HYBE company because Scooter Braun is an American who's he has been in the U.S. music scene, pop scene for a long time, but now his company now has been purchased by and it's owned by HYBE, and he's got this subsidiary.
It's like the U.S. entertainment arm of it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of calls that Scooter Braun is a Zionist and wants some boycotting on this, and that really has a lot to do with it. Like, he's unliked to begin with because he's a little bit slimy, and then this is also a big deal because ARMY is global and they have fans in every part of the world, and they care about things.
I'm gonna say, if I were a CEO of a company, that music company, I would not want my artists, especially my female artists, to be associated with Scooter Braun because he's a slime ball. Forget about the Zionist Israeli-Palestinian thing. I feel like that's a whole other juggernaut. But he's a slime ball. Scooter Braun is a slime ball. I would never want my artist to be associated with him. And then I would never want, as an artist, if I were an artist, I wouldn't want to be associated with him either. And
well,
so,
but you do, like, there's a, but I don't think it's an indictment of an artist if they are associated with him.
They don't have a choice.
Exactly. You
because
have to go
of the contract. See, this is what SM did. This is what SM did, remember? How Isuman created his own subsidiary, and then he was like, you have to use me to do all your US. It's crapola. You should be able to work with, like, the people that, you, especially when you're at a certain level and you want to express yourself artistically, you shouldn't have to be forced to work with the likes of Scooter Braun or Isuman. I dislike that greatly. I really, really, you'll never convince me otherwise.
I understand that you don't like that. I just don't know that there's a different path. You'd have to reinvent the whole world. Like, people who want to be
not
movie
the
stars,
whole world. Because the U.S. doesn't do it that way.
That is not true. Because Scooter Braun is an American.
No,
he's an American.
Yeah, but
Harvey Weinstein is American.
He was total son of.
Like,
oh,
right,
we
like
oh,
you
we
have
don't.
to go through. You have to get through the halls of power.
No.
It's not an indictment of the people who do it because they want to be movie stars. That's true.
I hear what you're saying.
Fault. It's
that
not
I
their
see.
fault it's set
But
that
I
way.
do see when you are a company that was built from nothing on the backs of BTS, like HYBE, you had the chance to actually rewrite the story, and they did not.
Right.
Well, they rewrote it as like, we are going to like buy up everybody because they tried to buy SM and have the power. Then they do this and they force their artists to do certain things. I dislike that, and I think that is where in the U.S. you do have some differences, and you do have. I think in the U.S. it's great because, like, Taylor Swift can be like, Scooter Braun, you're a slime ball. Guess what? I'll undercut you.
She can now because she's
Taylor Swift
now, right? But there are 500 Taylor Swifts behind her that can't, that relied on Scooter Braun, or like, so you have to go on American Idol and deal with that jerk.
If you want fame that much, I don't know. Then I don't feel bad for you. I'm sorry, I have no.
I feel like you're speaking out of both sides of your mouth because you just said built on the backs of BTS. You just said that. That's what I'm saying.
But HYBE had the opportunity, because of that financial power, to rewrite the rules, and they didn't.
Well, I think they did in some in some areas. Like, they hired this MJH to run ADOR, or they acquired her company and talked her into, like, why don't you run this? Why don't you see what you can do with a group? And she just turned out to be a little unhinged. Like, she came unhinged, and she did stuff like, there's some evidence that she did stuff like early releasing of music. What's that called when you leak it? Like, she did leaks, or she released. She released negative stories, like how Jimin's house was on arrears on taxes because somebody was stealing his property tax statement, stuff like that. Like, they released bad stories. She was personally involved in that.
Any of that shit. But I will say this much: if HYBE isn't going to protect their artists and they're going to eat each other's own, right? So they're going to have create a new group like New Jeans. I don't even know if they did because I've never heard of this illicit. But it's like, I don't know. I just hate them all. I hate the big companies. But you love the artists. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Most of the time, yes. Because I feel like they are just duped. Crazy.
But I also think it's a little much to say you copied New Jeans to make illicit because it's a 5-girl group with young artists. I mean,
I think it's the sound.
Aesthetics, the sound of all of them are similar. I mean, it's a genre. Like,
I've already said that. They all the female groups sound the same.
I don't think the male groups are that different either, but it's a genre, so they
now
are
I already
similar.
forgot what my point was.
Sorry, but I got to say my point, which is really what's important to me.
I had like a real point.
So a funny thing that came up is that this MJH costume that she wore in this presser is now like a Halloween costume. She had a LA Dodgers, a blue LA hat on and a striped shirt, and she was standing up there for 2 hours yelling and crying, and she was swearing the whole time. And every time she'd swear, one of her attorneys who was sitting on the stage would go, she's like, too bad, sorry, I'm mad.
I just think I hate the netizens. I think that is a real toxic thing. Of like, netizens agree with this. Netizens just, that anonymous netizen shit I don't like about Korean culture. But actually it's more Asian. It's more Asian.
I'm not sure if are they anonymous or just if you're talking about the entire group you have.
Oh, you'll just read an article and be like, netizens this.
Right.
And
so
netizens made this claim and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm out here making claims. It's kind of
the only
intriguing.
Popular opinion that matters.
Such a big... It just was such a big deal and kind of like a scandal. So people are like, please, big hit, release something about BTS to change what we're paying attention to over here. Like corporate intrigue will go on and it will happen. Mm-hmm. But
the whole SM
can we get
thing?
Some new music?
I was like, oh, this is like a K-drama.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, make a drama. Let's make a documentary or some shit.
Yeah.
I think it's just par for the course. I hate them all. I don't think they treat their artists right. I don't think I hate them all. So I'm not going to side with HYBE because I hate them. And I think that they could do everything better than all of them, period.
There you go. That's the anti-corporate. I think he should treat people well.
I hate the Big Four. I hate the Big Four.
I think there's something... I don't know how, if you want to be a singer, and I don't see anything wrong with wanting to do that or wanting to be famous. I don't see anything wrong with doing that. And if you want to be it, then you have to go down the halls of power and...
Well, that's bullshit, Amy.
Well, how else are they going to?
That's like go along to play along. No. That's bullshit.
I'm saying it's not blaming, we don't blame the artists.
I don't blame the artists for doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't like this attitude of like, well, that's how you got to do it. You got to play that game. No.
No, I think they should change it. I'm all for Me Too. I think Harvey Weinstein should be in jail if he's a terrible person, which it seems like he is. I think those guys that are rotten should rot.
Scooter Braun.
I don't like Scooter Braun. I don't like him. I think that, I don't like him. But he is not a product of HYBE. He was his own guy doing his own stuff for a long time, but HYBE did buy that company, which has a lot of musical assets. So
not only did HYBE buy the company, they have a contract with Scooter Braun to do all of the work in the U.S. entertainment arm of HYBE. They chose Scooter.
Right, but they also kept Big Hit separate to protect BTS.
Well, because it's a cash cow.
Right, because
they
paved the way, and everyone else was.
So I read an article that RM gave like this big presentation because he's super smart.
Yeah.
About something related to Scooter's company, not necessarily Scooter, and to the corporates of HYBE, and they all kind of went along. And as soon as he went in the army, they went the other way.
Do you know what about?
I can't remember. Kind of stuff? God, I read so much about your like read up on this.
Yeah, read up. Yeah, there are a million articles.
That's when it all
there's
comes
a
together.
lot of like different arguments going on.
I definitely think we don't know the whole story. I don't trust HYBE. I don't trust this woman, whatever, whatever her last name is Min. I know that much. I don't trust any of them, but I feel like New Jeans, who I'm not a fan of, but are so young, deserve to be protected. And they're just getting it. They were so attacked on this comment board I was reading that I'm like, these girls are so young.
Yeah.
Knock it off.
The comments,
and maybe we shouldn't be debuting kids that are that young.
The comments that
if
I
we're
read
not
were
going to
like,
protect them.
If they decide to stick with her, and because she's going to be ousted from the HYBE.
Well, yeah, because she only owns 20%.
She's going to be kicked out. If they decide to stay with her, it will be a stain on their careers for who they chose to associate themselves with.
So young,
but they're so young, right?
Even have the ability to like parse this out. They don't have the mental acuity at that age.
They have parents and attorneys, and so hopefully they'll make.
But they're still pawns of that. So they'll be like, no, you're doing this. It may not be what they feel like they want to do because they don't have the life skills yet to really deal with this, and it's really not fair to them.
Well, to be honest, I don't have the life skills to make exactly all my own decisions. And here I am, out here in the world, expected to act like an adult, and I'm hobbled by all kinds of shortcomings. There's a lot of corporate intrigue going on. I think there always will be because these companies are huge and they make a lot of money, and it's like celebrity, you know? So
why should I listen to you? You're hobbled and totally broken.
I'm hobbled. I don't make every decision I want to.
Oh, well, that's because you're married and that you have kids. I don't, and I
make
every decision I want to.
That is not true.
Yes, I do.
Do you think that's true?
That I think, I have more control over my decisions.
Well, you do, but there are things controlling you too, like society, capitalism. You know what I mean?
Those aren't those. I could decide.
You could.
To
that's what I'm saying.
Break away from all that.
You could.
That'd be my decision.
Right.
So I made a decision, just to be like, okay, I'm working within this. That's my decision.
But here's when I was a kid, I wanted to be famous when I was a kid.
Really?
I made the decision to be famous, and it didn't work out. So I'm not really.
Is that why you're hobbled and broken?
I'm not hobbled and
you
broken.
said you were hobbled.
I
didn't say you were hobbled.
That was a joke. I did say that. I'm not going to gaslight
Don't worry,
you.
from now on I will say, oh, she's hobbled.
She's hobbled. I know now.
Did that come up in your trivia pursuit list?
Yeah. They're like, what?
What's another word for broken? Hobbled.
What defines your personality?
Hobbled.
I don't have the life skills to make everything that I want happen. Because I would have been famous.
That wasn't the question.
I know. Yeah. I don't even make I don't. Yeah.
I do. Sure, some things don't work out that you want as when you're younger, but I make decisions that affect my life.
Right, but you can't always tell what's gonna happen.
Of course, nobody can.
Right.
But when it happens, I have full control over the decision.
The fact that these artists don't know if it would be better for their career or their life.
But I also have the benefit
choosing her or
of
them.
A lot of decades now to be like, I can make this. I understand better at this age of all the factors that I can make the decision that I feel is best for me, and I understand the weight of consequences. When you are 15, you really don't. You just don't.
Well,
because you haven't experienced it. There are certain things you have to live through multiple times to then be like, okay, if I'm going to choose, this is my decision to go this path, and I will accept the consequences, and I'll be fine with it. But when I was 15, that wouldn't have been the case.
Well, I clearly don't have a dog in the game race.
Like I do.
Dog in the race.
Like I do.
About these girls.
Well,
so
judgment.
I also think I don't know if it would be better for their careers or their lifestyle or whatever to choose to go with her or not.
Well, I don't know the answer to that either. But I think it's unfair that they're in that position where the bigwigs are not protecting them on both sides, and then netizens are like throwing them under the bus. And when you're that age too, and you read stuff like that, you cannot just say, "Oh, I'm not let that bother me.
Yeah.
It gets to you.
I don't know of an industry that's not like that, where the people in power and the older people are.
So I feel for them. Okay, let's be enough of this.
Maybe I'm gonna dress
hate
up
them
like,
all. I hate all the big companies. She does not.
I don't hate the big companies.
I do. I hate them. Oh, really? How do you feel about JYP? You like him?
No.
Oh, there
I
you
don't.
go.
I think there are a million reasons why I think he's not great. I don't like Scooter Braun. I'm not going to protect him. I think he's turned on
I hate them.
his artists. But I think that it's a feature of all of the systems that have someone that's in power.
And then there's good that there's little old me who has my own necklace. Where'd it go? And my own bracelet that say my name, and I can tell you, I hate them. Okay, that's what I'm going to put in the
This is what I want.
I hate them.
No, it's a corporate intrigue is what it's called. I love BTS. I love them.
Nobody
I have
questions
a lot
that.
of pieces of
And if you question that, something's wrong with you.
You're not paying attention.
You're not paying
well enough to
attention,
this.
and I need to redirect your brain power.
I love them.
BTS.
I love them.
And if you were on our text string, you would even know how much.
Yeah, because I tell you every day. Here's a picture of BTS. I love them. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll send her a picture, and she'll reply, I love it.
I
just love it. So yeah, I know. All right.
Okay, we have a lot of stuff has happened, so you're gonna have to watch for a little news update type deal, which we'll do in another thing. Do you have? So a piece of music that I wanted to feature today. You ready for this? So I want you to see if you can choose a song. I chose a song that was performed by a K-pop artist for a non-K-pop audience.
Literally, I got like what?
2 seconds.
20 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, what's the topic?
Yeah. So this is Baekhyun from EXO, and he sang the American National Anthem and the Korean National Anthem at the Seoul series, which is where a couple of MLB teams played in Seoul. And it was really good. I thought it was really good. He's a great singer. Mm-hmm. You don't always think of like huge voices in K-pop, but he had a big voice, and he sang. Both of those songs were really beautiful.
Honestly, what was hilarious, I said, what's your topic? Who sings the national anthem?
Who sings the national anthem?
And she said something else, and I don't have anything. Like, I don't know.
Can you think of a time when a K-pop artist sang for a non-K-pop audience? We have some things about some festivals where K-pop artists sing in front of...
I thought about, like, Coachella, but honestly, their K-pop fans went to that.
Exactly.
And there were some non-K-pop fans, I'm sure, in there, but no, I don't think that qualifies for your topic.
Yeah. Well, this one was good. Watch it. The two national anthems are kind of similar. Like, they're both waltzy, aren't they? Have you heard? The Korean national anthem is shorter than the American national anthem. But it's kind of like,
I guess it kind of
waltzy kind of thing. So, they're similar. He's got a great voice. It's good.
There's a lot of talent in K-pop. I have nothing because
that's a weird topic. But do you have just music you want people to listen to?
Everything.
Everything. You guys go listen to everything. That's it. Okay, so my words. There was this new video.
She has notes.
Not you. I have notes. I lost my notebook.
She was
my notebook
late.
is lost right now.
She was late because she had to work on her notes.
Yeah, I was trying to be on the ball. So there's a video on Instagram that has like how to learn these Korean phrases really fast, and they're like, "Don't do it, Hajima. Don't go,
I've seen
Gajima."
that guy, yeah.
So there are a lot of people.
Guy,
a lot of groups have kind of like used that. So I'm doing a couple of words from that.
He's a little too fast, that guy.
So don't do it. It's Hajima. Yeah. Don't go is Gajima.
Kajima.
Gajima.
Ka.
Kajima. Don't look is
Bojima.
Bojima. Don't eat Mokjima.
Mokjima. So those are da verbs. So if you were going to say to eat, mokda. To go, kada.
There you go.
To see, boda. If it was a hada verb, that's when it becomes hada.
You can add the jima on the end.
Hajima. So if it was,
take off the
what's to cook? Yori hada. Then it would, to the negative, would be yori hajima.
So
do you get that now?
Bojima, yeah. So bojima would be boda.
Yes.
Is the verb
of
it. Yeah. So don't look, bojima, and don't eat mokjima.
Mokjima.
And you can use them as like you can use them as commands. Like you can just say that, like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And there's a really cute thing where BTS was RM is always, he's like the king of destruction, and there were wood carving tools on the table, and he started to walk over and he's like, what are these? What are these? And Yoongi saw him and he's like, wood carving Hajima! Wood carving Hajima! Don't do it, because RM would lose a finger.
Right.
He's
Hajima!
Yeah. So that's kind of, you can add Hajima after a verb for like a joke, kind of.
So, earlier, I was thinking, I don't care. That's going to be my word.
Yeah.
상관없어.
상관없어.
And opsio is negative, but it means like the absence of.
Yeah.
So when you use opsio, it's not like a no, I don't.
Yeah.
Because don't would be jima or
Yeah.
hajima. It's more of like absence of something. So
I
don't care. So care. 상관없어.
Yeah. 상관없어.
Big four. 상관없어. Hate them.
Have no care.
Shido. I hate them. Shido.
Oh, Shido?
Shido. Dislike them.
There you
All
go.
right, that's it.
Those are some words. Those are some music. Listen to some music. Sorry we are fighting.
Oh, don't worry. We'll fight again.
Nuh-uh, we're going to agree on everything else.
No, we'll fight again, and then we're fine, because, it's not personal.
상관없어.
상관없어.
That was pretty good of me to remember that for 5 seconds.
That's true. That is true. 맞아, true.
안녕.
안녕.
안녕.